That was very odd. That was very strange. That's the second time that's happened today. So a little weird. A little weird. What is going on? Key Cheese, Barbara Button. What is going on? Chevy, Lindy. What's going on? How is everybody? Dementoid. Are you Dementoid? What is going on with everybody? How is the world for everybody today? And what is going on with you? Can you even tell me what you're doing today? What has been the most fun thing that you did today? So, as you guys know, I get all kinds of videos sent to me and people send me all kinds of cool stuff. So if you guys are not familiar, you can go to my website, go to DeleteLawz.com with a Z, DeleteLawz.com with a Z on the end of that, L-A-W, Zener. And then you go to inquiry form and you send me an email and you put a video in that inquiry form. What's going on out there? What do we got going on in here? But if you guys could do me a favor, since we're just starting our day, can everybody hit the like button? Can you just take your finger real fast and just reach down and hit the like button? Even if you're watching this next week, next month, next year, even if you're watching this tomorrow, maybe you're watching this 15 minutes after this live comes out, can you hit the like button and then put in the comment section, OTVO, that people are already doing it, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's what we're doing here today, and that's my whole goal, is to overturn Terry versus Ohio and to be leader of the peons, because we're all peons, because we need a peon to get to the highest level of government representation, which would be the governorship of a state, which is like being president of the United States, but you're president of a state. And then you can change this dog poo organization who call themselves law enforcers. We could change that out, get rid of all those G.I. Joe loser uniforms, put them in peace officers' uniforms. Wow. Make them rights protectors instead of law enforcers. Whoa. Yeah. Could you imagine it? Whoa. Could you even think about it? You would never see the term law enforcer again. You would never have to read that garbage term. It's a garbage organization. And if you join it, eventually you turn into garbage. Yes, this video right here is presented from Harvey Freebird. Harvey Freebird, 95.7 thousand subscribers. I'm going to copy his link right there. You see that bad chicken? I just copied that link. And I'm going to paste his link down here. There it is. I put the link for Harvey Freebird. Make sure you guys get over there. And what do I always ask you guys to do? Make sure you hit the like button and then drop a comment down here. Yo, Harvey. Thanks. The comment helps the algorithm for Harvey Freebird. And so, like I said, cop pulls over man that knows his rights for no reason and later arrests him. So, like I said, if you start a back and forth with this cop, and this guy even knows his rights, this is a pretty egregious video, to be honest with you. I mean, David, Shock Professor, what's going on? Brooklyn Audit, what's up, Playboy? Brooklyn Audit's in the hizzy wizzy. What's going on? Sherry, how are you? Good to see you. I'm looking at my phone over here so I can see some people's. Mark, what is going on? How are you? DLZ Clips, Integrity News. Integrity News, what's up? DLZ Clips, that's the backup channel. That's Colin over there running the backup channel on DLZ Clips. Make sure you guys subscribe to our backup channel. Like, share, comment, all the ridiculously silly things. You have to jump through the hoops of social media so somebody will watch your channel. So let's jump right into Harvey Freebird's video because I like Harvey. I like his channel. I'm a big supporter of the Harvey Freebird channel right there. So drop him a comment right down here. Say, yo, Team DLZ sent me right there. There it is. All right, and let's get into this video and let's see exactly what we're talking about.
Shooting range or something over there?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This video comes to us from the YouTube channel Rob Huff. This happened in Sussex County, Virginia, and it was uploaded on May the 28th, 2023. And in my opinion, this looks like a clear-cut case of police harassment. This man gets pulled over, and this officer says it's because he heard shots fired in the area. Now, cops must have reasonable suspicion that a traffic violation or a crime has occurred to initiate a traffic stop. Now, this man, Rob Huff, handled this traffic stop beautifully. He knew his rights, and this obviously upset the officer, which led to future harassment and unlawful arrest, which I will get to shortly. Let's get to the video. See y'all later.
What's the problem?
I got a shooting range or something over there.
My property.
Yeah. I ain't coming to attitude. I'm filing a complaint that somebody filed.
So the camera will improve shortly. The camera fell and he's nervous.
Okay.
Do you have a shooting range over there and everything?
No, just my property.
That's your property?
Yeah.
Okay, so people currently shooting over there now?
What's going on?
So we get a call of shots fired in the area.
Yeah, we're in the county. Yeah.
Listen, anytime shots fired in the area, you got your ID on you, sir?
I haven't committed a crime.
Right now, there's an investigation going on, sir, for
Watch
shots
yourself,
fired
please.
in the area, and I need to know who I made contact with.
I haven't committed a crime.
With Sussex Sheriff, I identify myself.
I haven't committed a crime.
Sir, what's your name?
I haven't committed a crime.
Okay, so it's good, but there's an error right here. So a cop comes up and says, let me see your ID. What you're going to say is, am I being detained or am I free to go? Now, the cop's probably going to say you're being detained. And then at that point, you pull your trifold out from your visor and you say, in that case, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It's in writing right here. I'm filming it. I'm showing you. That means I want you to leave me alone from this point forward.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Rob. It's a pleasure to meet you, Hudson.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we got a call of shots fired in the area.
I just want to say real quick, for this officer to pull this man over and say it's because he heard shots fired would be like pulling him over and saying, we heard that you were breathing. You can't just pull somebody over for no reason, officer.
Do you own? You say you own that land up there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long you live
Spot on commentary by Harvey Freebird there.
up there or just land?
Just land.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So originally called is shots fired in the area. Anytime shots fired in the area, we got to come. If it's hunting, hunting time, we get a lot of calls. So we have to investigate because we don't know what's going on. I don't know that there's land back there. I don't know that that belongs to you. I don't know that you shooting back there or whatever.
You don't know who it is. You don't know. You're just stopping random people. You don't know a lot of anything.
I don't know that stuff.
You don't know anything.
So I have to investigate.
Right. But you don't get to randomly investigate just anybody here because you want to say you're investigating. And your investigation, I don't have to help you with.
When a citizen calls, we have to investigate.
No, you don't. You go out and see if there's any reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause. This is a huge mistake that these cops are making. When the cops get a call and say that someone is bad or this or that, sure, if you get a call, you can go out and take a look at what's going on. That doesn't mean you should be approaching anybody without reasonable articulable suspicion that they've just committed a crime or in the act of committing a crime or planning on committing a crime. So if the cops get a call, that doesn't mean they need to walk up and talk to you. If they get a call about you, they can walk up to the scene. And of course, what they should be doing is filming. That's how it should be going. And then looking around and going, well, they called and said someone was shooting a gun around here. I don't see anybody shooting a gun. I see people here, but I don't see anybody shooting a gun. I have no reasonable articulable suspicion. There's a couple people over there, but that doesn't mean that those are the people shooting a gun. A gun echo will be for miles around. So he has no reasonable articulable suspicion. So the entire stop is bogus. He stopped him because we got a call. Okay, you got a call. That doesn't mean my rights have to be infringed unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion at a minimum, which is Terry versus Ohio, or the probable cause standard of the Fourth Amendment from 1793. That's
So that's what I'm investigating. So again, you got your ID on you.
No, it's not illegal.
So I gotta make
I didn't break any laws.
Yeah, so we got to call a red truck that shots fired in the area.
Okay.
So again, I'm investigating. There's an ongoing investigation. So do
What
you
crime?
have shots fired in the area?
that's not a crime, and he cannot attribute it to the man he's saying he's investigating. So this is an illegal detainment. At this point, you have grounds for a lawsuit because it's an illegal detainment.
That's a crime?
Yes,
in
sir.
the county?
Around the roadway and the houses in the area.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
sir.
no, it was never any.
Okay, I
no,
don't know that yet.
that's
I haven't
not
went
true.
back. The only thing I got is a red truck. So again, I have to
I'm
make.
just gonna exercise my Fifth Amendment right at this point.
Okay, that's fine. I need your ID though. Sir.
I'm not gonna ID myself. I haven't broken the
Step
law.
out the vehicle for me, sir.
So he's saying that he has to invoke his Fifth Amendment right here. When he asks you for identification, without probable cause. That's your Fourth Amendment violation. And no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. So you don't have to give your identification unless there's probable cause. In some states, Nevada and a few other states, there is Hibble versus 6th District Court of Nevada, which states that if the cop has legitimate, reasonable, articulable suspicion and can articulate a single articulable fact of a crime that you have committed, are committing, or planning on committing, then at that point you have to identify yourself to the peace officer in the way that you feel the most comfortable. So let's say, for example, that he had reasonable suspicion here, that a few more facts make it so there's reasonable suspicion. At that point, the person being inquisited would then have to say, I identify as good citizen. And then you are satisfying the holding of Hibble versus 6th District Courts of Nevada. So this is very important. Without probable cause, you don't give your identification to the cop. With reasonable articulable suspicion, if he says, hey, a guy in a red truck just robbed a convenience store, you're a guy in a red truck. Okay, cool. That matches up. My name is Good Citizen. I go by Good Citizen.
I don't consent to any searches or seizures.
I'm not searching this.
He had to step out of the car because of the 1977 holding Pennsylvania versus Mims. Pennsylvania versus Mims is based on the idea that you have to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. The holding is pretty explicit where it says that the cop has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous. We need a freedom fighter to have little clothing on so that there's no doubt that he couldn't have a weapon hidden, and the camera rolling. And when the cop says, I'm ordering you out of the car, you say no. You're going to get arrested. You're going to go to jail. You'll be charged with crimes. But if I have my camera phone and the cop says, I need you to step out of the car, and the Pennsylvania versus Mims statute, that it's actually a holding from the Supreme Court from 1977, it does state that you have to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. However, it's very, very specific. A reasonable officer has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous. So if you could prove with your camera, I'm wearing just a tank top and shorts that are jogging shorts, so they're short, and there's no bulges. I can literally pull my shirt up and show, officer, I don't have any weapons. There's no reason for me to get out of the car. You're going to go to jail for doing this, though. But you can actually challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims that cops are ordering people out of cars for their own amusement and for their own pleasure and for their own personal reasons. But you're not ordering me out of the car for the holding based on the idea that you have to believe, a prudent man must believe, I'm armed and presently dangerous.
I need to know, do you have your ID on you? I need to know if I make contact with you, sir.
I haven't broken a law. Can you articulate a law that I've broken?
Right now, you must identify yourself, sir, because I have made contact and it's an ongoing investigation.
I'm exercising my Fifth Amendment right.
No, that's
So you're refusing. So now you're refusing.
So he's exercising his Fourth Amendment right from an unreasonable seizure of my identification.
To identify yourself to me.
You haven't articulated a crime.
Is an ongoing investigation of
An ongoing investigation is not reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime.
shots fired in the area, sir.
It's not a crime. It's in the county.
You're missing the whole point, sir.
No, he's not missing the point. You're missing the point, officer.
I am not giving up my Fifth Amendment right.
So
It's not your Fifth Amendment right. Not giving up your ID is your Fourth Amendment right. The words he's speaking is giving up his Fifth Amendment right. If he had the trifold, he could point his phone at the trifold and say, I plead the fifth, stop asking me questions. You could give it to the copper and then say, any further questioning is harassment.
That land belongs to you.
Right.
That land belongs to you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any backstops behind any shoes that's going on back there?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay, that's fine. Give me 1 second.
Can I see your supervisor?
He is a supervisor, sir.
Okay. They say he is the supervisor. He has a supervisor.
Can I see your supervisor? I allow people to hunt on that property as well. So
Okay.
when they're hunting. Is that a crime?
How much land you got?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay. And why? Why? I'm just going to answer.
Because I have a Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Okay. So
You swore an oath to uphold the Constitution.
Your Fifth Amendment right is your right to remain silent.
sure did.
Can you articulate to me what the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution is?
Yeah, I can, but I'm not gonna because you obviously know it.
Well, why can't you, officer? That's the whole point. For some reason in our country, the idea of rigorous debate or even exchanging of knowledge is now being frowned upon because the government can't create their Nazi information center to control all information. So we can't debate it because then we could prove that the government is lying to us constantly. Maybe the bird flu of 2020 will give you a a little
Okay. So this is my question. All right.
I bet you don't.
If you want to assert your rights, I have no problem with
I'm
that.
being
Okay.
illegally detained at this point.
Yes, he
Okay.
is.
Well, we're in the middle of an investigation.
Of
Okay.
what crime? It's not a crime. You can't even articulate a crime. I have no obligation to assist you in your investigation. You know?
Okay. So my question to you is this: you want to ask me a bunch of questions, but you don't want to answer any of my questions.
Yeah.
That's right. You're a public servant. You are below the line. Imagine a gigantic glass plate that's, Earth size, right? And on top of the glass plate is you and me. We're the citizens of America. Beneath the glass plate would be the government servants who are upholding our rights. Their job is to hold us up. That's his job, to answer our questions. You don't have to give him information. He's answering to you as he holds you up. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
Why are
your
you being
job.
difficult?
I'm a citizen in America, and we have the Constitution. I know
Okay.
y'all don't
But that doesn't
believe in
answer
that
why
anymore.
why are you being so difficult.
I don't have to answer any of your questions, officer.
Freedom ain't easy. Freedom ain't easy.
Okay. I just want to know what your issue is. Why you don't want to talk to us?
I
That's
don't
my
like
question.
police. I'm sorry. I think
Okay.
you guys are tyrants.
Okay.
Yeah. If y'all actually upheld the Constitution like you swore an oath to do, then yeah, I would answer questions. But y'all don't do that anymore. You're fucking tyrants anymore, man. No offense to you. I mean, I'm sure you're.
No. Offense to you, officer. You are part of the Death Star organization that works consistently day in, day out to strip us of our rights. Thank you personally, from a business owner's position. Thank you so much. Every day, the police say they get 1 million touches a day with people in America. Every day you send to me hundreds of thousands of people who join Team DLZ.
You might be a good dude. I know. I don't know. I know y'all are sitting here wanting to ID me and violate my constitutional rights.
Okay, but getting your ID is not violating your
Yes,
rights.
Yes, it is.
it certainly is. That's the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution.
And how?
How is it?
Yeah.
Because I don't have to have any searches or seizures. You can't search.
No, the word specifically, and be very careful, it's reasonableness. The Fourth Amendment is based on a reasonableness standard. The Fourth Amendment is the right of the people to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. The Supreme Court, when you file a federal civil rights lawsuit, as you know, that's what I do. When I sue cops for violating my Fourth Amendment right, it's for them being unreasonable. That's why when you saw me at the DUI checkpoint and I touched the DUI table, he said, "Hey, don't touch the table." And I said to him, "Actually, that's my table. You work for me. Touch." Because if you're going to arrest me for touching a table, that's going to violate the reasonableness standard of the Fourth Amendment, and I will sue your piggy ass.
Search or seize anything unless I've been suspected of a crime.
Okay.
Am I suspected of a crime?
I'll leave that up to my partner, sir.
There you
Okay.
go. You got our.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, that's my partner. So no matter what, you don't have a brain. You didn't swear an oath to uphold the Constitution, to hold up my rights.
Articulate a crime, and I'd be happy to ID myself if you can articulate.
You don't ID yourself if they articulate a crime. You identify how you want to be recognized as good citizen. And this is Hibble versus 6th District Court, Nevada. If there's reasonable suspicion of a crime, you only articulate how you want to be referenced. If there's probable cause that you have the stolen goods on you, that's probable cause you stole something. Give ID. He might just give you a ticket and let you go home, or he could take you to jail because probable cause has been established.
A crime that I've broken or done something wrong.
Okay. Well, technically, we have enough to stop you
for the incident that we're
No, technically they don't have enough to stop him. This is an illegal detainment.
investigating. And technically, if you want to get into the aspects of the law, you're just driving down the road. We have a right to see your driver's license registration. There's Supreme
No, you don't have a. The cop's lying, or he's just stupid.
Court case law on that.
No, there's not Supreme Court case law that if you're driving down the road, you have to show your driver's license and registration.
If I violated the law,
Okay.
what's the law? What's the law that I violated?
Operating a vehicle on the roads of the Commonwealth.
If that's against the law?
It's not against the law.
Well, then what
But
the fuck do you need my ID for?
once you have been stopped for a reasonable suspicion, you don't need.
He's not stopped for a reasonable suspicion. This is a hunch dragnet operation. There's no reasonable suspicion of him committing any crime whatsoever.
Suspicion of what crime? You can't articulate a crime.
Didn't he already tell you that?
He didn't articulate a crime.
Okay. But a crime is not reasonable suspicion. You need to talk to a better lawyer.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking to nobody.
Okay.
I'm just.
But a
taking-
crime
I
is
have rights
not
to the
reasonable
Constitution.
suspicion. A crime is probable cause.
All right.
That's true. A crime is probable cause.
Yes. Reasonable articulable suspicion. If you can articulate to me reasonable articulable suspicion, I will be happy to ID myself.
I'm sorry. Don't be happy to give them your identification if there's reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. That's incorrect. The only time you have to give your identification to a cop is if there's probable cause. If there's reasonable articulable suspicion in some states like Nevada, and he runs up and you have the thing in your hand that the guy's saying was stolen, and that's reasonable suspicion, there could be two of these in an effort to turn a profit. The company may have sold the same bottle and I may have bought it. That still means, though, there's reasonable articulable suspicion. Cop runs up to me and I say, "Good evening, officer. Oh, you're investigating someone stole a bottle exactly like mine. They described this one exactly. So that's reasonable suspicion. Okay, cool. I identify as good citizen. But that doesn't mean I have to give my ID.
If you want to play the reasonable person standard, we'll play that. Okay. So we're responding to a shots fired call. We have a witness that sees your truck driving from that area, and now we're talking to you. That's reasonable suspicion according to Supreme Court.
No, it's not. So what he's using is the 1981 case of Cortez versus United States. Cortez is an extension of the 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio. In Cortez versus United States, 1980, 1981, hope I don't make the mistake on that year, but the point is Cortez says that a peace officer can take the totality circumstances of the situation to create reasonable articulable suspicion. It is a booster shot for Terry versus Ohio. So listen to what the cop says here. And what he's actually trying to say is this is a Cortez stop.
I will be happy to ID myself.
If you want to play the reasonable person standard, we'll play
Reasonable person standard, reasonable suspicion standard.
that. Okay. So
he's going to take the totality circumstances of the scene to create reasonable suspicion. And if you add them all up, it equals zero.
we're responding to a shots fired call.
Okay, the cops heard some shots fired. Okay, that's cool. It has nothing to do with me.
We have a witness that sees your truck driving from that area.
You have someone who saw my truck in the area where a gunshot went off. That's not total circumstances of the scene.
And now we're talking to you.
Oh, and now you're talking to me as a third piece that they put together. So he put together, they heard a gunshot, nothing to do with me. Someone saw your truck in the area, doesn't matter. And now you're talking to me. Those 3 points are Cortez's accumulation of circumstances to create reasonable articulable suspicion. And even then he wouldn't have to give his ID.
That's reasonable suspicion according to Supreme Court
crime?
all day.
What's the crime?
That is not reasonable suspicion at the court all day.
Shots fired.
That's
We're
against the
investigating
law?
it. Well, no, I don't
There
have
you go.
No, I don't have to have a crime to stop you. I don't
Yes,
have to have
you
a crime
do.
to ID you. I don't have to have a crime to talk to you.
Yes, you do. You must have a singular articulable fact of a crime I have committed, am in the act of committing, or planning on committing. That is the entire basis of the 1968 holding called Terry versus Ohio. Breathe through stupidity. Breathe through stupidity. Piggy, you must have reasonable suspicion and be able to articulate a single fact of the articulation that there's a crime.
You have to have a crime. If I've done something wrong, I will ID myself. You tell me what I've done wrong,
Show
and
me,
I will ID
show me
myself.
where in a law book anywhere that reasonable suspicion equals a crime.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Is this a Terry stop?
It doesn't.
Is this Terry v. Ohio? Is this a Terry stop?
Okay. No, I don't think it's a Terry
There
stop.
Yes, it is. You are detaining somebody with no probable cause. Probable cause is where I know for a fact you committed the crime. You have the stolen product. That's what probable cause is. The only reason in the United States and America you can detain somebody and freeze their action and essentially arrest them without calling it arrested is because of Terry versus Ohio. This is 100% a Terry stop.
I've done wrong.
Show
and I
me,
will ID
show me
myself.
where in a law book anywhere that reasonable suspicion equals a crime. It doesn't.
Is this a Terry stop?
It doesn't.
Is this Terry v. Ohio? Is this a Terry stop?
Okay. No, I don't think it's a Terry
There
stop.
you go.
Okay.
Am I free to leave?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
So this is the rule. I'm going to print out the laws of Sussex County. I'm going to put it on that fence. It is regulations that have to follow. We are going to report it. They are going to come and investigate your area that you're shooting over there.
So these are two dumb cops.
Again, I'm going to take a picture. My body camera right here.
I don't want you to trespass on my property.
Listen, sir.
Okay.
Again, shots was fired in their area. Their homes right there. You can't shoot within a certain feet of the homes. So if y'all are in violation of that, you will be charged. Okay?
There's still no crime.
Yes, it is a crime. You can't shoot within certain feet of a home,
So
sir.
how many feet was that in?
You're good to go, sir. Have a
All
good
right.
day.
Thank you.
So it's obvious that Sussex County sheriffs are harassing this man, and the harassment continued after he was let go from this illegal detention. As you can read here, what he had in the description of the video, it says, "Police let me go from this illegal detention only to arrest my father for trespassing on his land. I told them they were not welcome to enter. My nephew called me for help, and I was arrested for trespassing on my property. I was ultimately cited for cussing in public on his private property." And then he makes a call out to the civil rights lawyer, lackluster, and honor your oath. I'm not as big as those guys, but I will help you get your word out. All the contact information will be in the description on Rob Huff's channel and the Sussex County, Virginia Sheriff's Department. It definitely sounds like Rob Huff has a lawsuit.
I dropped the link for Harvey Freebird's channel just now in the comments. If you guys want to jump over there and subscribe to his channel, let him know Delete Lawz sent you over there. So, you know, there was so many mistakes and errors that were stated by both the victim of that crime, Rob Huff, and the pigs on the scene. You do not give, I'm going to make another daily friendly reminder about this. You don't give your identification to police unless probable cause is established in any state for any reason. I don't care if it's a stop and ID state and they have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. You still don't have to give your identification. This is essentially that you understand this. In some stop and ID states, I think there's a list of, it comes from the Hibble versus 6th District Nevada courts. It states that if the police officer has reasonable articulable suspicion in a stop and ID state, and he can list a single articulable fact of criminal activity that you are suspected of committing, then you have to identify to the officer, not your identification. You have to identify how you are referenced. I identify as good citizen. I identify as free American. I identify as a pizza delivery boy. I don't care, but this is the point. There was so much wrong in that video. There were so many, both of them were wrong on both sides. So it was really, really hard to follow that because there was just so much garbage. What's going on with the Playboy? Everybody, are you new here? Welcome to Delete Lawz, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you for coming. If you're watching this and it's not on a Sunday, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Just take your finger right there and hit the like button, just like this. Just like that, hit the like button. And then in the comment section, type these words out. OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. These 4 letters stands for overturn Terry versus Ohio. Right this minute, do me a favor. Put OTVO in the chat. It would mean an absolute ton to me. And what I'll do is continue to sit and teach you guys where you can spot constitutional violations and what your rights are. So I want to show you guys something that came across my desk. And I was like, you know what? I love this channel. I watch this channel all the time. And so this is a long video. We're gonna skip through it a little bit because it's a 30-minute video. But this video comes from Junkyard Media Productions. So as you guys know, let me open up this screen big for you guys. And what I do is I come over here, I drop them a like. This is Junkyard News. So that's the name of this channel. I will put the link down in the comment section. And then right down here, I always make sure I say thank you. Pop in here, drop him a comment, let him know that Delete Lawz sent you.
This video was intended to inform and educate the public.
Good. You gotta keep them separated. Y'all cannot do a fucking thing to me. I'm untouchable.
Hi, caller. This is Madison. The voice right there. They're very assaulting. Approximately 10 people came up running.
Direction. Never mind. Oh.
Three, I think I have the knife. Also, suspect here.
Wait, separated?
I believe so.
Wait, over here.
Nolan! Come here! Stop a second. What happened? Who did?
It is claimed that a youth pulled a knife and threatened a man and then dropped the knife in a garbage can, which the officer recovers. Now, this is important. It is claimed that the youth was wearing a white shirt and black shorts. That description is important. And then right up here, what they do is they get a guy with a white, they get a guy and they put him in custody. So
Right now.
So there it is right there. There's a guy wearing a white shirt and black shorts. So they got a call of a guy with a white shirt and black shorts who pulled the knife. They pulled the knife from the trash can. They grabbed this kid, whoever this person is, and they put him in the torture cuffs because he fits the description of what the call is. There's reasonable articulable suspicion. This is a great segue. There's reasonable articulable suspicion of him committing a crime of menacing or assault. He's wearing exactly what the caller said the person was wearing. That would give the police reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. If there's reasonable articulable suspicion, as you can see right here, you can be detained. What does detainment mean? It means you have to get on your knees and they're going to put you in torture cuffs. However, if someone has a knife, they recover a knife, and the person's wearing exactly what the caller said, that is reasonable articulable suspicion. That's the reason Terry was created. So I just want to point out, they got him. They got the guy who had the knife. He fits the description. They got him. They got the knife. They got the guy. There it is. It's over.
My hands are okay. Well, listen. Hear me? 16. What is it? Right.
They got him. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. They got him. They got the guy right there. The person said he was wearing a white shirt and black shorts. That's him. Over here.
What's that?
I'm contracted to the exterior here. Remember, police have a suspect in custody that matches the description.
Okay. I'm the guy that saw everything.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, so I was coming up, not this street, the one over here. Come up here. This is my Volvo, obviously. And what I heard, I hadn't even turned it on down. I heard a bunch of screaming. F you, I'm going to kill you. And so I just pulled in here, minding my business. And there's probably 20 kids, men, boys and girls. There was a kid, black sweatpants, blue t-shirt, short shirt, black shoes. They kind of looked like yours. They weren't like mine, like it's low, so I couldn't see the socks. And he's F you, I mean, screaming like really loud and doing a bunch of this stuff.
Which is not a crime. You can scream on the street.
This, but I saw nothing, okay? He got to, his one buddy came this way, but kind of across the street. He came around this way, kind of across the yard. That's why I noticed him, because I'm looking for my road signs. And that's when I saw the gun, or the knife.
Who has a knife?
The kid with the black sweats. That's why I remember everything he wore. Black sweats. He didn't have an insignia on his t-shirt, but it wasn't like solid like this. There was something on.
He didn't have the black shorts and the white shirt.
No.
Okay, so because this is such a long video, you got it right there. He said there were some kids. So now police have 2 conflicting statements from 2 different people claim that kids have knives that ends up in a trash can.
But
so now this kid right here, he's locally known. This kid has some disabilities, some learning disabilities, and I mean he has some disabilities. If you watch the whole video, you'll see that I'm not just saying something negative about somebody. He's got some maybe bipolar, maybe he's schizophrenic, maybe he's on medication, because there's a long relationship between him and the police. However, he's on curfew. So that means he's following a state-run program for some sort of guidance, which is going to make him worse. But so they find him because he's just, remember, there was a group of 20 kids. Remember the description that the guy just gave me.
Yeah. Turn around for me.
Oh, hell no.
Come on.
I didn't do shit.
You had enough? Hey.
No, bro, you ain't putting me in cuffs.
So what happened with the knife, dude?
Ain't no knife.
You had the knife.
What knife?
The knife that you put in the trash.
What knife in the trash?
So because he's a kid on the street, the guy with the knife was the one wearing the white shirt with the black shorts. They got him. But because Nolan is known by the cops, because they know who he is, and he's out, and he's being described as one of the kids who was in the disagreement. Now he has to have police interaction. Where's the reasonable articulable suspicion of his crime when they got the other guy for the crime? Where is the probable cause standard? Where is it? It doesn't exist.
Good.
No, like not.
Lavina and Danner. So what happened with all this?
Ah, shit.
Who's your buddy in the white shirt?
I ain't got nobody in no white shirt. That dude,
How old are you now, Nolan?
dude who was walking up, I'm 15. Y'all can't do shit. Straight up. Y'all cannot do a fucking thing to me. I'm untouchable.
Why is that?
Go hold me in the station for 24 hours. That's all you can do. I didn't do shit. Y'all can't do shit.
So he's actually 100% correct. What Nolan is saying right now to the coppers, they can't do ish. They can't do anything to him because he's a minor. And so what are they going to do to him? Well, I'll show you. So, because this video is super long. So I'll show you what they're going to do to him is, so once he says, F you, you can't do anything to me. Then the copper.
Oh God. Yo, what's up, Trevor?
The copper's going to go make a phone call to his PO officer.
211 from 212 from coming to you.
Wait, is there someone still running?
No, that's our suspect right there.
Yeah. he is.
So he's going to call the PO officer, and then they're going to put Nolan in torture cuffs. I mean, look at this. They shackle us up like we're pigs, and then they're going to drive Nolan home. They're going to go to the guy's mom's house.
It happened right by Manistee.
And they explained to his mom that he had an altercation in the street and that Nolan pulled a knife. The cop right now is telling Nolan's mom that he had a knife, when that's not at all what the caller said. That's not even kind of sort of what the caller said. It's not even remotely close to what the caller said on the phone. The caller said the guy with the knife was the guy wearing a white t-shirt and black shorts, and the guy with the white t-shirt and black shorts threw the knife in the trash can. They went to the trash can where the caller told them the knife was, and they found the knife. So the caller isn't making a mistake. But then the other guy said, oh, I saw kids and they were beefing. And one guy was wearing a blue shirt with a thing and black shorts, sweats. But he didn't say he saw that kid with the knife. The other caller did, and described where the knife was thrown away. And now the cops are going to Nolan's mom and saying that he pulled the knife.
I don't know. He was supposed
to be there. So Eric talked to him, chilled him out a little bit. He was with some kid from Manistee.
I don't know. He said he was going down to the beach for a macro. And I was coming home.
He was with some kid like Tyler or something like that, and the kid wouldn't tell us his name. And
so it's just the same old. They knew who had the knife because they went to where the caller said the knife was. But if the cops can hem you up and put you in torture cuffs, they will. If they can go to your friends and loved ones and lie to them and say your kid had a knife, then they will. That's the whole point of that video, is that we know who had the knife. We know where they put it. They recovered it. They put that guy in custody. But then some guy said there were kids out here screaming. And so you have a right to speech on the street. Right outside here, there can be someone screaming at the top of their lungs. I can't do anything about it. You have the right to speech. It's the first liberty of the First Amendment. And speech is your first liberty at birth. And where do we get this from? John Locke. John Locke, born in 1632. He's going to come up with the entire theory of the First Amendment, that the liberty to speak is what you're born with, that God gives you. The government recognized, our federal government, when our Constitution was written in the Bill of Rights, recognizes your right to speech in the First Amendment. Recognizing that speech is your first liberty given to you by God comes from John Locke. Our founding fathers took his book, 2 Treatises of Government, and copied that idea. That's where it comes from. Free speech, the First Amendment, wraps religion, assembly, petition, press, and speech. The big 5 freedoms of the First Amendment come from the teachings of John Locke in his book, 2 Treatises of Government. It was plagiarized or copied or fair used by our founding fathers. That's where it comes from. So that's the basis of law. You guys hear me say I'm a constitutional law scholar. If you didn't know that the First Amendment comes from John Locke's natural law based on his book, 2 Treatises of Government and Essays in Understanding Humanity, you now have become a little bit closer to becoming a constitutional law scholar. That little stuff like that you learn, then you put that in your wheelhouse and boom, I got that. All right. A few hundred people. What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? Everybody do me a favor. Hit the like button. Just take your finger, reach down there and hit the like button. Thumbs up looks like that. And then in the comment section right down here, type the letters in OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. What that tells the YouTube algorithm, the YouTube gods, is that you're watching the content, you liked it, you participate in the comment, and then you watch the video, and boom! That helps so much. I don't know why. Pretty ridiculous. I got this video sent to me by several people. This next video I'm going to show you, if you call the cops on somebody, if you call the cops on your brother, your lover, your best friend, your cousin, your mother, expect bad things to happen to the person that you called the cops on. If you call the cops, expect bad things to happen to you. When you call pigs into your home, pigs are the most invasive species there is on Earth. There's no more invasive species than pigs. Maybe snakes. I don't know though. I mean, I guess we could change the name for pigs to snakes. Here in America, it would pretty much be the same thing. Because as you know, if you call 911, you're either going to get a pig or you're going to get a snake. Okay. There's a 10% chance. I'm being a little generous. There's a 5% chance that if you call the cops, you'll get a reasonable, rational, logical based, intelligent human being there to help you with your needs. That can be immediately trumped by the next a-hole supervisor that comes on the scene and decides that you should be detained, which means torture cuffs. So, all right. All right. Everybody, listen, there's like 400 people here. So let's everybody do me a favor, hit the like button, take your finger and hit the like button. And right now, while you're here, put OTVO in the chat. Just put OTVO. It means a ton to me. See those 4 letters right there? OTVO. Just type those 4 letters in the chat. It really helps the algorithm a lot. If you drop a comment, even 4 letters, OTVO. If you're a hater, feel free to drop some hatred as quickly as you can. Put it out there. Helps the algorithm so much. If you would, please, OTVO and hit that thumbs up button. Happy Sunday, everybody. If you're not watching this on a Sunday, every Sunday, I go down the list of tabs that I opened up on my URL all week long that I didn't get a chance to go over. On police brutality here on Reddit, there are quite a few different things that I wanted to cover this week.
On the wrong side of bars. The Gwinnett County police officer is spending the night in jail on the wrong side of bars. Officer Patrick Ventura was accused of molesting a young girl. Channel News' Veronica Griffith is live at the jail tonight. And Veronica, you spoke to Officer Ventura's sister just hours after the arrest was announced.
Yeah, I talked to the officer's family at their home. His mother called his older sister for me. She told me in a telephone interview he should not be here tonight and that he's a good person. Gwinnett County Police released this mugshot of one of their own, second-year police officer, 28-year-old Patrick Benjamin Ventura. His older sister doesn't want to be identified, but she told me in a phone interview the family is shocked by it all.
I mean, you know, look at the slant of this article. They're calling the cops family members who are saying that he's a good guy. He's being charged with child molestation. Why are the reporters interviewing the family of the man accused instead of the family of the child that was sexually abused? This is state-run media in the United States of America. Absolutely disgusting. She's trying to validate that the cop is a good person. That's the state-run media in our country. And she is black, which is astounding to me. 90% of the black community knows that cops are scum, lying pigs. And she's doing the bidding for the pigs. Unbelievable.
Right? Because I know my brother.
Ventura was arrested and charged with 2 counts of child molestation involving a young girl under the age of 16. He's also facing 1 count of sexual battery against a child under the age of 16 and 1 count of violation of oath of office.
He always be respectful, brother.
Detectives say the arrest.
Wow. I mean, this is the reason why we're watching this right now. They have a counterweight for the pig being charged of child molestation for a child under the age of 16. And then they show the charges and they cut back to the sister saying, he's a good person. He didn't do it. What the hell? This is state-run media. I mean, unbelievable.
Arrest comes after an investigation that started late July. It was led by his patrol supervisor after noticing some inconsistencies in his patrol activities. The Special Victims Unit was called in to help. The allegations and arrest has shaken Ventura's sister to her core.
He always is worried for.
I mean, just put a 1 in the chat if this, you never see this. Wait a minute. The lying state-run media has the molester's sister on the phone doing the bidding that he's innocent, and this is your news station, and you wonder why we are now the media, why I get more views than CNN. Why is that? Because you're a garbage organization.
For me, for my daughter, my mom.
We're told Ventura, who works out of the North Precinct, graduated from the academy in the spring of 2021, and that he's now been served with a letter of intent to terminate. The Gwinnett County Police Department offered a statement that reads in part, "We work hard to provide excellent customer service to our community, and we hold one another to a high standard of personal conduct. Though the actions of Ventura do not represent the hardworking members of the Gwinnett County Police Department, we hold every one of our officers accountable for their actions."
I mean, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you think Ventura's actions do represent a portion of the police department. What Ventura did represents a large 40% of the police department. Now, 40% of them may not be raping high school kids or junior high school kids or younger. 40% of them are beating their wives or beating their children. So Ventura is representative of the Gwinnett Police Department. Chief. When do we stop calling these guys chief and captain and lieutenant? We have a domestic peace officers corps here in America. We don't have a militaristic system of generals and lieutenants and corporals and commanders so they can play G.I. Joe loser as they dress up in their SWAT gear in America. Absolutely ridiculous. It is representative of the Gwinnett Police Department.
I can tell you.
The Gwinnett County Police Department, we hold every one of our officers accountable.
No, you
for their
don't
actions.
hold every one of your officers accountable. Police around the country are not being held accountable. Don't sit there and lie.
I can tell you. He's not doing that. He's not that guy.
How does she know? How does she know if her brother is a piece of crap pedophile? How many people have a friend or a brother or a cousin or a dad or an uncle or a sister who is a cop? And how many of you have told your family and friends, oh, my sister, she's not that way. Oh, my brother, my son, my dad, they were the good cop. They were never a part of the group think mentality, officer safety. I can abuse anybody anytime I want. That never. They would never participate in that. Did you go with your brother on his calls? Were you with him? Were you with him? Did you go on all of his calls? Did you see everything he did? Because I would bet that it's a 99 percentile that your friend who's really cool, really good guy, he would never participate in those things. He does exactly participate in those things. Lies on reports or omits facts on reports. Oh, he wasn't part of the pillaging, raping, and beating. He didn't charge anybody. He watched. And then the other pigs who did the beating, raping, and pillaging gave him a copy of their report and said, make your report match. And your brother, cousin, dad, uncle made his report match to the lying pigs report. That's what your brother did. Don't tell me your brother's one of the good cops. We know from the Mullen Commission that the good cops are really, really upset with the bad cops and they wish they would stop. It says that. It says exactly that. So don't sit there and tell me how the person you know is the good cop.
The Back Here Live, Officer Ventura is being held here without bond. Detectives tell us there is so much more to this story that just can't be released right now. Reporting live at the Gwinnett County Jail, Veronica Griffin, WSB Tonight.
Gwinnett County.
The Gwinnett County police officer.
A Gwinnett County police officer. All right. It's just unbelievable to me that we would even consider that this isn't a policy and practice of a lot of cops because they know they can get away with doing things that are untold. So it's not a policy and practice to be a child molester for all of them. But for this particular one, I think that it is. That if he's 28 and he's been accused of 2, that's a compulsory thing. It's where it's compulsory where they just do it. It's an impulse action to be a pedophile. And so this jackboot thug pig, hopefully we got him. Hopefully we got him. Hopefully we got him. Hopefully that's it.